Waiting for a few more people to get in there so we can talk about this alternative news. Building. These DJ B Thunder going on. All right. While we're waiting for the room to fill up a little, hit them like buttons for me. Does it sound pretty good for y'all? Are y'all hearing me loud and clear? We're good. All right. Added. I didn't want that. About to get started. Yeah, my brother be hooking me up with my intros. I gotta work him into my videos. Very talented brother. He taught himself how to do it. He didn't get any formal music lesson. We're gonna get into this alternative news. A lot of people like to watch that stuff and don't like watching other news. And I'm telling you, all of it's poison. All of it's poison. We're gonna talk about that for a few minutes. I'm gonna let y'all get on with y'all day. Yeah, alternative news is poison too. Just like mainstream media news, poison. Because they talk nothing, they don't talk about anything positive. Never. All they talk about is theories about who's a pedophile, who's a tranny, and this one's doing this and this one's doing that, pointing the finger at this and that. And, so-called conscious community, which I call the conscious unconscious community, because they don't realize they jump from one side of the paradigm to the other with all of these, theories that they're talking about. I don't know if, maybe some of the stuff is true. I don't know. Because I deal with facts. I deal with what I know to be true because I had firsthand knowledge and I witnessed it. I cannot participate in conversations about whether the government's doing this and that. And we know there's some factual things when it comes to the government about your birth certificate, how it's a bond, because why? It's on bond paper. And they're treating you like a straw man. Those are facts, proven. I show you that in law. I show you that in Black's Law Dictionary. But when it comes down to the personal lives of these politicians and what they're doing and how they're trafficking children, doing all kinds of things, or the vaccine is going to kill you, I don't know. All I know is I make a personal decision whether I'm going to take it or not. Do I trust it? No. Do I trust what people say or the government say? No, because they have proven to be untrustworthy over the years, especially towards people of color. Those are facts. But do I spend my time talking about what they're doing? No, because it doesn't provide prosperity for me and my home and my family. It's a useless conversation. See, I want to talk about positive things, how I'm going to build wealth, how I'm going to run my business, how I'm going to help other people run their business, how I'm going to help people be successful, how I'm going to help myself be successful. I get emails all the time about these conspiracy theories. And that's what they are. They're conspiracy theories. Because why they're conspiracy theories? Because they can't be proven. When the whole pandemic jumped off, people were getting online. Oh, this is proven from my reliable source. The internet's going to go down for 10 days, 30 days, 60 days. Power is going to go out. Everybody's going to be in darkness, a period of darkness. This is confirmed. That's what they were saying. All of these so-called people, alternative news people were saying all that, and none of that has happened. None of it. And for a minute, I was caught up in it. Then I realized that, wait a minute, you are being distracted from your real purpose. Your real purpose is to help people see that their minds is the issue with all of their problems, that their thinking needs to change. And if I'm focused on what other people may be doing, I can't focus on that. And the only reason why I'm doing this morning, because I had a conversation with someone about this, and they went, "Oh, you got to have empathy for everything out there and all these people," and they were getting all emotional about all of that stuff. And I had to ask a simple question: you feeling for all of these issues out there, how is that working for your success? Are you going to get up and do something about it, or are you going to just keep watching it every day, polluting your mind with all of this negative imagery? Then at the same time, they're trying to figure out why their business can't get off the ground, why they're not successful. You're not successful because your focus is on garbage. Information, whether it be mainstream media or alternative media. They're not, you go out there, you're not seeing anything talking about, hey, this family is doing this to upbuild themselves. This family is showing love towards each other. These people are giving. You get, sprinkles of that around, they give, only mostly around Christmas time. You get a little portion of positivity. But for the most part, 15 people got shot up over here. This person committed suicide. This guy robbed the bank. All negative. Why do I need to know about a guy robbing a bank? For what? I don't work in a bank. And I can't do nothing about that. That's for law enforcement. That's their job. Their job is to handle bank robberies and all kinds of other crimes. My job, my only job, my main job is to focus on my mind and keep it positive, thinking about being prosperous, about being caring, loving towards others, trying to treat people good. That's my job. And out of that job, good things come because I do help others. I think about my prosperity, keeping my pockets flowing with abundance of money so that I can take care of my business. See, I'm not ashamed to say those things about abundance. And you shouldn't be ashamed to talk about abundance too. Because that's what's going to bring you your prosperity, abundance. You're thinking abundance. You're thinking about having money in your pocket. Hey, and making it, hey, I'm always, living prosperous. I'm rich. I'm a millionaire. I'm a billionaire. I'm a tree. Always talking these things with emotion and feeling, making it real for yourself. Because I can tell you, if you're watching all that alternative news, you're making that real for you. And guess what? You're going to bring a whole bunch of chaos into your mind. And then once it enters the mind, you're going to see it in your reality. And I know I'm making a difference in what I'm saying because I'm going to these other channels or I'm seeing these other channels. Now, all of a sudden, they're talking about the mind and how to, think. All of a sudden, channels that never even talked about that. I'm seeing this. Because I know they're watching me. They're listening. Of course, they're not going to give me the credit, but I don't need the credit because I get this from somewhere else. I listen to Reverend Ike religiously. Just listening to this morning, doing one of his prosperity, what do you call affirmations. We have to continue to work on our thoughts, work on our mind, conditioning ourselves to be wealthy, prosperous, think positive, thinking about doing good. Because if everyone start to think like that, if we get just a small portion of the world to start that, it will become contagious. We won't want to tolerate watching all of that negativity on any type of news outlet, whether it be mainstream or alternative. We won't tolerate it. The only reason why all of this stuff keeps feeding each other because one side is feeding the other. One side is saying this about this person. These guys are extremists. The other side is saying the government's corrupt, and it's going back and forth. That conversation is creating a cycle of negativity. We do it on a small level when, I get into it with someone and I give something negative, they give something negative back, and it keeps going around and round and round until someone waves the white flag and says, that's enough. It's time for us to wave the white flag and demand positivity and prosperity thinking into our life. Make that a demand, make that a requirement of your day. Because we have been acting automatically in default on negative ideas. And it's so ingrained in us, we don't even realize we're doing it. This is why I keep repeating this stuff over and over again. Yeah, because the only way to reprogram an adult mind is through repetition. See, if anyone is about to have a child, you plan on having a child, you got the first 7 years is where you program that child. And after that, they're pretty much running off that program that they received in that first 7 years. See, now as adults, we got to undo that program. The only way to undo it is overwrite the program with something opposite of what it was programmed with before. And what I'm talking about being opposite is positive thinking, a positive mindset, abundance thinking. Never say I don't have money or never say I am broke. Never say these things. Yes, I do realize sometimes your bank account doesn't reflect like it's got the prosperity that you're thinking of, but you have to make it mandatory that you think that your bank account represents that. Ignore the reality. Ignore that. and create the reality through your thoughts. And then guess what? That bank account will follow. Because the only reason why the bank account is low now is because in your mindset prior to that, you were thinking lack. You were thinking that my bank account is low. You were worried, oh, do I have enough money to pay these bills? You were thinking, man, I ain't got enough. And you created that, and you keep creating that over and over again, that repetition. So instead of creating that, create this. Hey, my bank account's full. Ignore what the statement says. Ignore what the automatic teller says when you call in to check the balance. Ignore what the ATM is saying, because that's all an illusion, because you created that first. So now you got to recreate it through renewing your thoughts. See, you want to go to an alternative news place or alternative information place that's talking about stuff I'm talking about. And if it ain't talking about that, turn it off. Kill it. You don't have time. We've been living too long hand to mouth in order to keep that going. We aren't we tired of that as a people? Living broke, replaying that scenario through the generations to come. Now is your time to change that. And all you have to do is change your mind. Everything else will fall in place. That's it. It is that simple, but yet so hard. Because we allow distractions like Facebook, Instagram, people sending us emails, trying to divert our attention off of the prize, the goal. The good news of your kingdom of heaven that you're trying to create. That you are creating, not trying, that you are creating. We speak in the now. We speak in this moment. Turn off that alternative news. It's garbage. It's poison too. All of it's poison. And every time you turn to it and look at it and see what Biden or Trump or whoever is doing what, you are distracting yourself from your own success. See, these outlets make money off of your tuning in to that negative vibration. So what I'm saying, starve them out. Stop feeding them what they want. Stop giving them what they want and give yourself what you need. And that is a positive thought process. Thinking about the wealth of your family. Thinking about the wealth of yourself. Thinking about having currency flow, unlimited currency flowing through your pocket, through and out your pocket. That house you want, that big house you want, that nice car you want, whatever it is. Whether it's a Bentley or a Honda, whatever you want, you can have. You are only limited by the ideas in your mind. Your money is limited by how much money you think you should have or you deserve you can have. That's it. Thanks, DJ B Thunder. He says, you have helped me look at life differently for real. Thank you. We always got to be constant be on the watch. It's like a thief in the night. That it will sneak up on you, those negative thoughts, and try to steal your joy. That's the devil that's been chasing you down. That's the devil that's been hunting you. It's that negative vibration that you've been tuning into. That's the real devil. Become the God in your life. Become God to yourself. I know the preachers don't want me telling y'all that, because that what happens is they feel they're going to lose their members. But I discovered when you empower people, they empower you. That's where real power comes from. See, we've been doing that old church stuff for way too long. Wait on the God in the sky, this mystery God, or Christ is going to come down and fix all your problems. Just sit back and let yourself stay broke, stay depressed, go through all of these negative issues until God come and fix it. And the only God coming to fix it is you. You are the God that's fixing your problems. You are the God that's creating your problems. This is not a place for self-pity. This is not a place for calling yourself a victim. If you don't want to take charge and take ownership of the things in your life, then you need to go to another channel where they make you feel like a victim and pat you on the hand and the head and say, it's going to be all right. He's coming to fix you. Just wait on him. He works in his own mysterious time. Keep going on with that message. No. God, the mastermind, works when you activate the power in yourself to work, because he said have control, have dominion over all things. And the first thing you need to have the dominion over is your own thoughts. And then once you activate that, then the true God power activates through you, and then you manifest all good in your life. But you have been activating it, but you've been activated in a low negative vibration. You are getting exactly what you want. You are getting exactly what you're asking for. If you're going to say I'm broke, you're going to get it. If you're going to say I'm rich, you're going to get that too. If you're going to say I want that huge house, you're going to get it. You stay focused on it. And when opportunities show up, you walk into it and not run away from it. It's so many people I meet that got websites up or working on website, working on businesses, and they ain't even introduced their product to the world yet. Oh, I'm waiting for the right time. It ain't ready yet. It ain't. No, it's ready. The product is ready to be sold. It's your mind that's not ready. You're not committed to it. You in fear. You scared people not going to buy your stuff. You scared that people going to reject you. You got to understand, the whole Christ story is all about rejection. Right? You want me to break it down? Okay. He came and he healed all these people, did all these things, did all these miracles, and they still rejected him in his final hours while he was still in the flesh. Great crowd said, impale him. Kill that positive mindset. Kill that abundance thinking. That's what that represents. We see it all the time. We deal with it on our own level. I deal with it. I help people out, then they turn against me. Because they only wanted what they wanted. And when they didn't get everything they wanted, because they thought they were going to come to me and cry on their shoulder, they turned on me. See, yeah, Christ healed, but he also told them don't sin anymore. Meaning, don't go back into the same negative mindset that got you here, that crippled you, that maimed you, that got you broke. Don't go back. See, they don't want to tell you this in church. Not to go back, because if you stay where you are in your positive mindset, you create your own church. You go do your own thing. You blossom, you grow. You say, okay, this place was good for me for a time. Now it's time for me to elevate. See, church keeping y'all in preschool. That's the only place you don't graduate and you hear the same information over and over and over again and ain't nothing changing. You're supposed to graduate. You're supposed to elevate in your mindset and realize, yeah, okay, I look to Christ, but then I realized that, wait a minute. I look to Christ and I realized the Christ I'm looking for is me. I'm the one. I'm the Christ I'm looking for. That's the elevation of the mind. Wait a minute. I am the God I'm looking for. I started out looking for God and then realized God was me. I looked everywhere else outside of me, no answers. And then as soon as I looked inside of me, all the answers just unraveled. All of a sudden, I knew who God was. All of a sudden, I had a personal relationship with God. What's going on in the chat? Who's that? Hadrubal Sosa Marquez. Peace. Thanks again. That's right. Dogs returns to their vomit when they go back to the negative mindset. Yes. So stop watching that negative news, no matter where it's coming from, alternative, mainstream media. Give it up. It's all it's going to do is put you in a bad state of mind. You're going to be arguing and fighting with your family. You ain't gonna like your job. That's another thing I want to talk about. I had to talk to this about my son. He's ready to give up the job and do his thing. And he's talking, he's been talking negative about it. I said, listen, you talk negative about a job, you're gonna lose it. You're working right now and you're getting paycheck. Be thankful for the job. And once you be thankful for the job, the other avenues will open up for you to leave the job. Be thankful. Because some people are wishing they had a job. Yeah, it's not the job you want. It's not how you want to live out the rest of your life. But it is sustaining you. Here you are. You're staying here. You're paying way less than you would normally pay anywhere else. Be thankful. Use this opportunity to rebuild. You want to write a book? Write a book. Don't get caught up with, I hate this, because that job will make you suffer. It will throw every negative thing at you as long as you're thinking negative about it. And then now you're going to get what you asked for. You're going to have that job. You said you hated it. Well, hey, you hate me. Yeah, bye. Now what you going to do when you don't have that money flowing? We have to be careful how we transition. Think positive, because as you think positive and elevate, the job will you transition to something better smoothly. Yeah. Yeah, the media is sleepwalking, folks. I agree. So I stay away from that stuff. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at anything that's going to damage or possibly hinder my day. I have to happen upon it too often. When I go out in the street, I go travel, I see all these people covering up their face. That's enough negative as it is. People, cars lined up to get their vaccines. That's enough. The problems as it is, I got to deal with. So why would I add to it by inviting devilish information into my temple here? All right. Thanks for listening to that. I got to get going because I have to go finish setting up this church. I told you I was setting. I'm going to go do some recordings, and come back. I'm serious. I gotta record it. And I really, although I see a lot of people emulating what I'm doing. Some people get offended. Oh, all of a sudden they talking about this. No, I'm okay with that. That's good that they talk. More people talk like I'm talking. Watch how the world will change. Watch. If people start doing what I'm doing and doing what other people are doing, talking positive conversations, it's gonna catch on. Trust me, by the end of the year, you're gonna see a whole different. You stay on this path, your life will be so much different. Come December, you be like looking back, wow, and be amazed. Even though all of this craziness is going on outside of here, the pandemic and this and that and other, your world will be shielded. You're creating a shield of positivity from the negative stuff. And you will be protected. But the only way you're going to be protected is by staying in the field of positivity, the force field, the protection shield of positivity and positive mindsets, and acting on that. All right. Thank you. Enjoy your day, everybody. Everybody, y'all go on and think positive and say, I go forth into life with a positive attitude. I go forth into life with a money-making attitude. I go forth into life with a loving attitude. And with that being said, peace.